The world's richest badminton tournament, the Axiata Cup, is back and running as top shuttlers from around the world gather in Malaysia and Indonesia once again to compete for the ultimate prize of $1 million US. But before we look ahead to this year's competition, let's flash back to what happened in 2012. Team Garuda, which had the likes of Simon Santoso, Olympic gold medalist Taufik Hidayat, and former Asian champion Sony Dwi Kunchoro, as well as doubles Bona Septano, Mohamed Hassan, and Marquis Kido Hendra Setiawan in the squad, was simply too good in the inaugural championship last year. The competition was divided into two groups, with the home teams providing 2 squads each. Every team consisted of 6 to 8 players, as the coach elected to replace singles and doubles players from day to day, with backup players available. Teams could also field up to 2 foreign parties each. This means that even lower-ranked teams could recruit the world's top talent to boost their chances against the biggest teams. In the group stage, eventual champions Team Garuda didn't drop a single set against their opponents and scored a maximum 6 points. Also in Group J were the Malaysian Leopards. Led by world junior champion Zulfadli Zulkifli, the young Malaysians easily beat Singapore 3-0 in the first round of matches, before being pushed all the way by Vietnam in the second round.
A victory for Zulfadli Zulkifli and the Malaysian Leopards.
However, in the final round of matches in the group stage, the Leopards couldn't handle the more experienced Team Garuda and lost 3-0. This is how Group J finished. Team Garuda, with 3 wins from 3 matches, led the way, followed by the Malaysian Leopards. Singapore pipped Vietnam to 3rd spot when both teams went head-to-head in their final group encounter. Over in Group K, Indonesia Raja Wali were drawn against hot favourites Malaysia Tigers, Thailand and the Philippines. And it was the Tiger who came out blazing. Led by former All-England champions Hafiz Hashim and Kukhenket Tan Boon Hyong, they easily overcame Thailand in their first match.
In this doubles encounter against Thailand.
Meanwhile, Indonesia's other team, Raja Wali, had an easy passage to the next round when they easily defeated the Philippines and Thailand.
Tommy Sugiarto defeats Bunsak Ponsana.
So, with 2 wins each from the first 2 rounds of matches, everyone knew it would go down to the final group match between the Malaysia Tigers and Indonesia Raja Wali to decide who would top the group. And to the surprise of many, it was the younger Raja Wali squad who prevailed, winning the tie 2-1, thus claiming top spot.
There you have it. 21-13 is the final score here in our 3rd game.
The Tigers had to settle for 2nd, while the Philippines, who were boosted with their foreign imports, couldn't muster a single point. This is how the 2012 Axiata semi-final draw was to be played out. The battle royale between 2 neighboring badminton nations, Malaysia versus Indonesia, Garuda versus Tigers, Leopards versus Raja Wali. So to the semi-finals first leg, and it was an easy victory for both the Indonesian sides. Team Garuda, led by Taufik Hidayat, won the first leg tie 2-1.
Here in Jakarta, look at that. Oh, brilliant. Should have left it. Doesn't matter. We'll finish it off as well.
While Team Raja Wali swept aside Team Leopards 3-0.
They win their match right now. Switch turned right back on just in time to dispose of the youngsters.
Looking to put behind a disappointing first leg, both the Malaysian teams were looking to improve in the semi-final second leg. However, it was the Indonesians who came out with all guns blazing to down the Malaysians. Firstly, the Tigers were tamed 3-0, 5-1 on aggregate.
And there you have it, coming from behind here in the second game. And the Malaysians are out of it here.
And then it was the Leopards' turn to feel Rajawali's wrath, as the Indonesians completed a 6-0 whitewash on aggregate.
No, he came to Jakarta, he came into the Lion's Den, and he put up an absolutely stunning battle.
So to the final of the world's richest badminton tournament, the Axiata Cup, and Indonesia's best was on show. Team Garuda, led by their more experienced players, were up against their junior counterparts, Team Rajawali. Having won the first leg of the final 3-0, Team Garuda knew all they needed to do to clinch the inaugural Axiata Cup 2012 was to win one of the remaining 3 matches in the second leg. And that's what they did. Simon Santoso made short work of his opponent, Tommy Sugiarto, to clinch the first point for Team Garuda with an easy 21-16, 21-10 win.
Yesterday, Indonesia, Garuda won.
Rajawali lashed back with their doubles, Alvent Yulianto Chandra, Angga Pratama, who stunned Mohamed Hassan and Bono Septano 23-21, 12-21, 21-13 to secure a 1-1 tie. However, Rajawali's second singles novice Shesahiran Rushtovito stood no chance against former world champion Taufik Hidayat, who won the deciding game 21-14, 21-15. So, success for both Indonesia and Team Garuda as they swooped to claim the inaugural Axiata Cup 2012. But most important of all, it was a major victory for badminton and for Asian telecommunications giant Axiata Group for creating this brand new competition.
When we kind of set out to do a Axiata Cup, we really wanted to create a platform, for something else. So, we kind of measure success based on a few parameters, right? One is, can we create a platform that's slightly different? I think in the past, badminton has been more traditional in terms of viewership. We're trying to expand it to a much broader appeal. So we set out to create, our TVCs to be more edgy, more dynamic in nature, and that's all just to make badminton a more hip sport, actually. So in terms of success, yes, we did create a platform that had great audience, great participation, great teams playing in the event, from 6 countries, and even bum on seats in the finals in Jakarta. It was a full stadium, so I think it was a success for us in 2012.
With all eyes on this year's tournament, the Axiata Group and its partners are already making plans to make the 2013 Axiata Cup an even bigger and better event. When we come back, we will take an in-depth look at the host countries, Malaysia and Indonesia, as well as what's in store for Axiata Cup 2013. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. The Axiata Cup 2013 edition will once again feature some of the best top-ranked players in the world. Organized by Axiata Group, one of the largest telecommunication companies in Asia, and in collaboration with the Badminton Asia Confederation and Total Sports Asia, the Axiata Cup was conceptualized in 2012 with the objective of broadening the sports fan base.
What was successful for us was that it actually brought a lot of people together to enjoy that sport. And it's an occasion where we saw a lot of people all over the region come together to enjoy this wonderful sport of badminton that everybody loves. So I think it was a success. I think the people enjoyed the tournament. I hope it becomes even bigger and better this year with even more athletes participating and hopefully even more people engaged and watching the games on TV as well as other formats that we are delivering.
The Axiata Cup 2013 edition will see something new this year, as women players will feature for the very first time in the singles and mixed doubles event.
This is all based on a few things. One is feedback from the fans, feedback from BA as well, and also we want to add, again, it's part of to broaden the whole appeal for our fan base, correct? So last year in 2012, we had 2 men's singles and 1 men's double, but this year we're going to introduce 1 women's single and a mixed doubles. So it's going to be a 4-match game, essentially.
With the inclusion of these 2 events, each tie in the Axiata Cup will now consist of 4 matches: men's singles, women's singles, men's doubles, and mixed doubles. This year will also see a change in the structure, whereby the matches will be played in a round-robin format and each team will be awarded 1 point for a victory.
We have a round-robin format now, so which means each team will play each other, not like last year, which was more of a group stages. So that again will be different because last year certain teams didn't play each other at all because they weren't in the same group, obviously. So this time everyone has to compete against each other. We have a point system rather than just a straight you win your tie and you get a point for that. So every match counts. What that means is that if you have we have 4 matches per tie. If you have a 2-all, both teams walk away with 2 points, or 3-1, so one team gets 3 points, the other get 1 point. So up to the last game, in the last match being played in a tie, players have to play full out, and that is again what we wanted to do. That was important also for the sponsor, that each match to the final has an opportunity, is important for the overall count.
Unlike in 2012, where teams were divided into 2 groups, this year we'll see all 8 teams play each other. The top 4 teams will then advance to the semi-final, where there will be a redraw to avoid teams purposely losing their last matches, as was the case in the London 2012 Olympic Games. With the changes in format revealed, it's now time to have a look at the venues. The 2013 edition will see the first leg of matches to be played in Surabaya, Indonesia for the very first time. The DBL Arena was recently used in the Jarum Superliga Championship and is well known on the badminton circuit. Indonesians love their badminton and the public will get the chance to see the very best in action from the 21st of March to the 24th. The second leg of matches will be played simultaneously in Surabaya and Kuala Lumpur from the 29th to the 31st of March, with both the semi-finals and finals to be held at the Chara Stadium in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on April the 13th and 14th. Consistent with last year's event, teams will be allowed to enlist 2 foreign players to the team. But to expand the appeal of this year's championship, Axiata Cup 2013 will feature an all-star team from Europe and Asia. These teams will compete with Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore and the Philippines for the title. This year's edition of the Axiata Cup will also see the sport of badminton taken to a whole new level. The Axiata Group will be embarking into a digital campaign to create fan engagement via different forms of social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and the newly revamped mobile app.
So one of the things that we will be having is a special mobile app that our customers will be able to download on their phones. They can get all the latest information, they can get updates and so on, match schedules, and hopefully they get even more information earlier than everybody else because they have this exclusive application. We're also going to run a series of activities on ground to get people to enjoy the sport of badminton. Last year we did something called Gateminton, which was kind of like an on-ground badminton tournament where we got amateur fans of badminton to come in. And you don't need to be a professional because how we run it, it's emulating how you play badminton in your home in front of your gate. That's why we call it Gateminton. So that's one very exciting thing that we want to do, just to get people involved and extend their involvement from the Axiata Cup. So you watch the games live or on TV or on the app. If you want to play, unfortunately, amateurs, they can't play in the game, they can play in our tournament. So hopefully that brings a lot of people into the excitement of the Axiata Cup.
The Axiata Group has also launched an Up Your Game competition for badminton fans. The online contest requires Malaysian and Indonesian citizens above the age of 18 to submit videos that portray their love for badminton and best deliver the message, Up Your Game. All you have to do is head to the website www.axiatacup.tv. Submit your entries and stand the chance to win cash and exclusive VIP experience to attend the semi-finals and finals of the Axiata Cup 2013 in Kuala Lumpur.
Hi there, my name is Ryan Tan and this is how I up my game. Watch this.
With the dates confirmed, venues decided, and the new rules explained, when we come back, we'll take a look at the teams and check in with some of the big names who will be making an appearance at the event. So stay tuned. Thanks for staying with us. With the 2013 Axiata Cup set to begin in Surabaya, Indonesia on the 21st of March, let's focus our attention now on the teams. Last year saw Team Garuda from Indonesia claim the inaugural championship with a 5-1 victory over compatriots Team Rajawali in the final. And this year, Indonesia will be led by Simon Santoso and world number 4, Sony Dwi Kuncoro.
Saya rasa kalau kita jalanin dengan enjoy, kita jalanin dengan semangat, itu jalan itu pasti ada, tak ada yang susah gitu. Ya, pasti mudah. Dan saya juga merasakan saya punya kita dan kawan-kawan sudah berusaha, sudah menunjukkan prestasi yang luar biasa, dan itu kita nanti akan tunjukkan di Axiata dan kita akan mempertahankan gelar itu.
Also looking to win points for Indonesia in the competition are current world number 2 mixed doubles pairing of Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir. The pair had a successful 2012, winning 5 tournaments, including the All England title.
Tahun lalu sih soalnya kan putra semua. Tahun ini kan kita campur ya, ada tunggal putri, tambah tunggal putri sama mixed double. Yang pasti kalau menurut saya sih kita mulai lagi dari nol, walaupun kita tahun lalu kita juara, tapi kan itu bergu putra. Yang ini kan ada tunggal putri sama mixed double. Menurut saya sih yang pasti kita juga, apalagi kita tuan rumah, kita pasti juga pengen juara. Buat saya sama Tontowi, ini kali pertama kita ikut Axiata, yang pasti kita juga mau tunjukin yang terbaik, apalagi kita bergu. Yang pasti setiap kita turun, kita juga mau menyumbangkan poin untuk Indonesia.
Team Indonesia has named the largest squad for the competition. They've gone with a mixture of experience and youth. Sony Dwi Kuncoro, Simon Santoso and talented youngster Dionysus Hayum Rumbaka are expected to lead the charge in the singles, while in the women's singles they are led by Linda Weni Fanetri. Team Malaysia this year will be led by up-and-rising star Liu Darren and current world number 2 doubles pairing of Koo Ken Kiat and Tan Boon Hyung. With the absence of world number 1 Lee Chong Wei from the squad, Malaysia's singles coach Rashid Sidek still believes the team can make it all the way to the final.
Dengan ketiadaan Chong Wei, memang sedikit sebanyak kekuatan kita terjejas lah kan. Tapi kita tak boleh lupa pada pemain-pemain lain yang mungkin dapat memberikan sumbangan mata pada tim. Saya rasa pemain-pemain muda dapat pengalaman daripada tournament ni. Saya rasa satu peluang yang bagus untuk mereka untuk proof yang diorang ni pun boleh deliver point.
Team Malaysia will also be relying on current world number 3 mixed doubles pairing of Chan Peng Sun and Goh Liu Ying to deliver points for the team. The pair claimed their first Super Series title in Japan last year and have started this year positively, finishing second at the Maybank Malaysian Open. Thailand's chances this year have been boosted with the inclusion of world number 8 singles player Ratchanok Intanon. The 17-year-old who loves listening to music and watching Korean drama series is a 3-time world junior champion. Looking to contribute to the team as well is current world number 15 Boonsak Ponsana. The 31-year-old Thai veteran is hoping to emulate his form from 2004, where he was a beaten semi-finalist at the Athens Olympics. While Vietnam's chances in the competition will rely heavily on current world number 9, Nguyen Tien Minh. The 29-year-old, who reached a career-high number 5 in the world rankings in 2010, has the distinction of being one of the few players to have beaten world number 1 Lee Chong-wei and Taufik Hidayat. Despite Tien Minh's presence, Vietnam, who have opted to stick with only homegrown players yet again this year, will certainly face a tough time in the tournament against top-class competition. Team Singapore will be led once again by Derek Wong, Robin Gonansa and Ashton Chen. The Lions are out to prove that they're not in the competition just to make up the numbers. They have good pedigree in their squad, and while not all their players are massive stars, they believe they have what it takes when push comes to shove. They have a history of success in team events, which will give them hope when they take on some of the best players in the world. The introduction of the all-star team from Europe and Asia has made this year's edition even more exciting. Team Asia will be led by 2002 Asian Games winner Lee Hyun-il from Korea. The 32-year-old is looking to regain his form, having missed the majority of 2012 with an Achilles tendonitis injury. Also in the All-Star Asia team is current world number 4 doubles pairing of Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa. The Japanese duo were the surprise finalists at last year's BWF Super Series final, where they went down to Matthias Boer and Carsten Mogensen in the final. Meanwhile, Team Europe will be relying heavily on mixed doubles pairing of Nadezhda Ziba and Robert Matusiak from Poland. The pair, who are currently 8th in the world rankings, had a Super 2012, winning the European Championships. But once again, all eyes will be on co-host Indonesia. They are hot favorites for the Cup, but for Coach Eri, he's weary of his team's chances.
Ya, saya berharap Indonesia masih bisa mempertahankan gelar juara untuk tahun 2013. Akan tetapi memang format ini kan berbeda sama tahun lalu. Tahun lalu itu kan hanya putra. Kalau sekarang kan mix campur, ada tunggal, putra, putri sama campuran. Jadi memang ada sedikit perbedaan. Tapi saya pribadi berharap Indonesia tetap bisa mempertahankan gelar Axiata Cup.
The Axiata Cup is already an award-winning event. In 2012, it took home the gold when being rewarded as the #1 event in the event marketing category at the 7th International Sports Event Management Awards in London. The Axiata Cup is already gaining its popularity in the badminton world and is being compared with the likes of the Thomas Cup and Sudirman Cup. So, is it only a matter of time where the competition is open to other nations such as China and Denmark?
Definitely, that's something that we look into, right? As the event itself is getting bigger, it's almost natural that we want the best player, or wherever they're coming from, can join this event. Since the event is actually a team format, I think we can look into how we can come up with specific teams coming from various backgrounds. We look into expanding this to, because the main objective for us actually, we want to get the best player into the event, because by doing so, I think it serves our main objective, which is actually we want to get badminton as a popular sport for the youngsters, for the youth in the ASEAN region.
And with that, we wrap up our preview show to the Axiata Cup. But don't forget that we will be back with all the news, results and action from the group stage at both the host staging countries of Indonesia and Malaysia. The battle lines have all been drawn, and it looks like it's going to be a spectacle not to be missed for the fans in Asia and around the world who'll be watching it live. Don't forget to get in touch with us through Facebook, Twitter and via the website www.axiatacup.tv. Thanks for watching.